Hi, Shafi, Shafi, Shafi. Are you going to join us? Hi, Shafi, Shafi. Are you going to join us? Huh? Yes, Shafi Show. Shafi Show. You're showing your butt. You're showing your butt. Yes, your butt, girl. Yes, who is here? Shafi, 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 Shafi. Shafi, Shafi, Shafi. Hello, hello. How are you? Good evening. Hi guys. I'm sorry for not being here yesterday, but I just couldn't make it. So let's give it some time. Thank you. Yes, please guys, tell me where you're from. Hi Susan, how are you doing? Tell me where you're from and tell me your sign. Hi Lana. Hello. Shafi is right here. Hello. Hi AC. Hi Charlene. Florida. Send us some sunshine. What's up Shafi? What's up Shafi? Holland. Oh nice. Tulip time soon. You guys send us so much tulips to Canada. Massachusetts, Texas. Oh, Milan. Nice. Hi Virgo from Texas. Hi Kelly. Sag, Scorpio. So we have a really mixed energy. Well, we actually have a good looking day out here in Toronto as well. Hi, my turquoise. Portugal. Oh my gosh, look at that island. I have Europeans here today. Yay. Hi, Abu Dhabi. I have Asia. I don't have Australia. I don't have Asia. Come on, Safi, you're putting the butt right in this. Brazil. Look at this. South America. Oh my gosh, the whole world. I'm just like so amazed. So, guys, let's start. I'm going to be doing weekly reading as we do it in our get-togethers. So, I cannot see the screen because Safi is there. Good morning. Good morning. I'm actually just finished my Reiki. I do Reiki on Sunday morning for all the people that I have been reading the previous week. So you guys are rubbing off of this really good energy. New moon in Pisces. Is there something to manifest? Well, you know what? I should probably release the entire video about that. But certainly it's going to be opening up the soft spot. It's going to be opening up the feelings. So depending on which sign you are, the kind of like reflection will be different. You know what, like, thanks for letting me know. I'm going to actually release a video about that. Look at this AC. Honestly, air conditioning? I guess not. Yeah, Safi must be here. Okay, there you go. You see, somebody said like, I mean, cut this crap, cat. Give me the fire. Safi, fire! Do you want to sing a little bit? Come on, sing for everybody. Sing. Sing, sing, sing. A little bit more? A little bit more? Come on, let's do the fire. Let's do the fire. Let's do the fire. Fire, fire, fire. Let's do the fire. 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 I know. Look at this. People are complimenting you. Are you going to say thank you? That's nice. Nice girl. Okay. Fire for the week. Actually should be from yesterday, but let's go from today until the end of the week. Oh my gosh, she just talks all the time. This is kind of lovely. Such a good... Talking is so important, guys. How we express ourselves and what can be accomplished. Look, I mean, she speaks different language and I still can't figure out what she wants. So, focus. Fire. Fire. And if you could, guys, if somebody else comes in and asks what I'm reading, please let them know. Because the screen is over there, I'm over here, so I'm really focused to kind of like give you as good reading as I can. Fire for this week. Fire, you're getting some cards jumping. There you go, Moon in Pisces. So we have the Moon. We have Ace of Pentacles. Wow, you have lots of Pentacles. You have Six of Pentacles, and you have Eight of Pentacles. And guess what I see here? First thing I noticed was Mercury. For some reason. So you guys are going to be really affected. We are entering Mercury retrograde on the 22nd. Safi, come here. Come here, sweetie. Come here. Come here. Yes. There is something here that I see for you guys. Fire, really connecting to work. Really trying to possibly figure out what do you want. Check this out. It's kind of Moon card. This is the vice versa tarot. You can find this on my website. I have recommendations, and even if you look in the description down here, you can find the link to that and you can order it. It kind of excited me very much as a deck, and if you're a beginner, I think it's a good beginning deck because it does have a good description for one side. It's kind of like fails to give me second side, so this is the second side. So what do we see here? We see the star lady coming through over here. We see the tower, not one, two, but we see that structure of the tower is now hollow. And now this is not really, this is just the moon, but here is the eclipse of the sun. As we can see, kind of like certain things are coming forward, certain things are coming to light. So this is not so much kind of like emotional time for you fire people. I would say it's understanding where do I go from here and how do I go from here. And from that point on, you are simply going. It's almost like going down back to the earth kind of fire, because you're a little bit above the earth. You're all action oriented, but now you're grounding this action because this is deep. For some reason, you just like completely acted out of your element. Maybe some of you went through some, I would say, emotional issues, possibly. And now is the time for something. I love the card in this deck with this, because look at this garden. This is like that card of a long-term promise. You put as many seeds as you can, guys, this week, please. At work, try to be visible to the supervisors. With your partners, express what and how much you like certain things in them. Decide what is it you wants to go long term. Decide what it you don't want it to go long term, right? This is the card about giving and sharing. It's kind of like in the original kind of like page, this giant is looking down at this village, and I really don't like rendition of this card on this side. Here, to me, it's better because he is looking kind of like, you know, when we kind of stand there, we are usually mesmerized with the view, but we are usually in our thoughts, right? Because he's kind of like thinking through, because look at these kind of like 6 basically orbits that here are behind him, and here he is kind of like trying to figure out what he has to put in balance. Look at his Venus, Mars, Mercury, Moon, Jupiter and Saturn. He is trying to balance different aspects of himself. Where am I lacking and where I'm giving too much. And this is kind of really important for you. It looks like you're going to accomplish so freaking much this week, because then you're also having the 8 of Pentacles. And this is it. Okay, I'm going. Ready, set, go. Okay, so what is in this project? What is in this love relationship out of balance? And kind of like what details I have to look in here. Really interesting over here. So I think this is for all fire signs. I kind of like really don't even have anything to clarify. I was thinking, but I'm going to do this. Let's check Aries. Let's check Leo. Good morning, dark goddess. I said goodness, you see Freudian slips, so you also probably goodness, Leo. And Sagittarius. Aries. Wow, King of Swords. Aries, you are having a doubled lesson. Something has to be placed in balance. Something has to be placed in order. King of Swords is like a master. He can be a judge, but you can be judging yourself. Simply kind of like establishing this balance, but sort of like maybe even making a list, what I need to do, what I don't need to do. It's kind of like going from all the way from how you felt to putting it in action, which kind of guys you are really known for. So good going. Let's, ooh, look at that. That will be a Leo. This is something about marriage. This is something about commitment. This is something about religion. This, to me, it's one of most disliked cards in this entire deck. This one and the Seven of Swords. But this is just me, because I don't like anything organized. I'm very spiritual, but I would not follow any organized religion, because I don't like to be settled with a sets of rules. And this is what this guy is saying. Oh, you have to listen to my rules. You have to follow these rules. Hi, Tarot. Thank you. Thanks going to be for the coffee, which I'm enjoying. And thank you so much. So this is why I don't like this card. I feel maybe you're going to, but again, that can be good, because trust me, this card actually technically should mean union. And majority of the people who are basically painting these decks kind of interpreted that basically word as religion. This simply can also mean yoga, because yoga also means union. So Leo, yoga definitely talks about that connection. Maybe this card should just simply represent kind of like understanding this kind of like whole flow of the universe. The only thing I don't like about this card is that it could be issues with the boss, but I think it's going to be really resolved positively, because everything is telling me here is growth. So it looks like Aries is sort of like really the one who's going to advance the most. So this is major arcana. So Leo is either going to put the roots down into whatever they feel should be the rules that have to live by. And we are kind to elements. This is, come on Sophie, say hi, say hi, say hi, say hi, say hi. Let's talk about Sagis. There is something along this progression over here, Sagis, that I'm seeing over here. You might actually have, because this is again very Capricorn energy, this is also very Taurus energy, and this is Libra energy that is adding to the mix, right? And also you guys had some Pisces influence, which I think is the moon in Pisces that is coming up. This is basically talking about slow progress. Maybe you feel that you need to get classes. Maybe you feel, well, I'm going to go on YouTube and research something. This is the lovely thing about living in the 21st century. What? The connection was lost? Can you guys hear me? Oh, I see green over here on my screen. I hope everything is okay. Anybody can say something? I'm not hearing anything from anybody on my end. Everything looks nice. G, Mercury retrograde. Let me type something, because there you go. Really? Yeah, guys, refresh. Press F5 if that happens. That kind of like refreshes. I don't know what's going on. I actually have, really, believe me, top of the line internet because of the streaming and everything. Ew. So what did you guys hear last? What did you hear? Did you hear me telling about Sagittarius are going to get some kind of classes, or trying to get on YouTube and do some kind of research over something that they really want? Too much fire. Too much fire. Right, Jeff? Right? She's sitting right next to my left, on my left side. So, okay, who is going next, guys? Which group, which element are we going to address next? Mist, end of Leo, beginning of Sag. Okay, so what basically Leo had was Hierophant. And Hierophant, I felt that some of you are going to kind of figure out which rules you want to accept in your life and which rules are working. Sort of like very pragmatic approach to it, right? And Sagis are going to, it's going to be Earth next. Hi Dean. And Dean, you're always here. I'll put you a moderator so you can help me. I hope you don't mind. So you can just tell people what's going on and kick anybody out that you need to, but it happened only once that somebody was selling some stuff. So what else for Sagis? You asked me what it was. It was Page of Pentacles. Page of Pentacles is this young energy, so that means the grounding energy is going to happen for a Sag. Sag is going to feel, I want to advance in something, whatever it is, whether this is work. Pentacles generally suggest work and suggest like trying to kind of keep going. So given that you're getting so many Pentacles during Mercury retrograde, all you fire signs, guys, will probably look back to things that you put on the back shelf. That could be taxes, it could be spring cleaning, could be fall cleaning, depending where you are, right? So keep that in mind. Thanks, Daria. See you. So, Earth. And guys, please like. I keep forgetting this, but that's how YouTube basically sort us out by how many likes we get. Earth. Let's get Earth for this week. Let's get Hi Cat Lady. Earth is next. Thank you guys for your help. Cat Lady and Dean, thank you so much for helping. Earth. I love the thumbs up, AC. Earth. And look at this. The Earth is coming up with the tower that kind of jump out. And I don't like this side of the tower. Earth. And comment after stream. Yes, guys. Earth. Do these weeklies help? I mean, I know I generally never did weeklies before. I always did bi-week. I did weeklies long time ago. Look at this. 10 of Cups. Wow, very confusing energy for Earth. Let me get one more. Earth for this period. Holy smoke, look at that. Fire was all in Pentacles. And the Earth is in Cups. Like, I mean, mind you, the tower is sort of like mixed between between Scorpio and Aries. So we still have lots of water over here. So look at this. And this is why it sometimes gets difficult. Oh no, that's the right side of the tower. Okay, so that's what she meant. So the tower is the card that, remember how fire had the tower, and I don't know if fire and Earth are going to connect, because it almost looks like fire is chasing the Earth and Earth is chasing water over here. That's kind of like how is the feeling. So this kind of like is a weird thing, because something that has been built in life hasn't been built properly, or we were chasing some dream that for some reason is not materializing. This is really, because it's a Scorpio and because it's Aries, it talks about that the profound change is needed, and that change both inside and outside. So it means we have to change people around us, circumstances, but we also need to change our own approach in this whole thing. And this is simply, you know, that karma, spirit, God, whatever kind of like belief you subscribe to, is like something that is saying, look, I really don't want you to continue on the path that you're on. Very strong card. These guys can be like happening right out of the gate tomorrow, Monday. 22nd is the beginning. When is the 22nd? It will be 19, 20. That will be Wednesday. So it's going to be really interesting. I think this Mercury retrograde is bringing back for you, you're trying to understand what is that makes you emotionally happy. I think you guys, and I don't know why Virgo just crossed my mind, you kind of like start feeling that maybe you didn't comprehend, because look at this. This is the lotus flower here up in the sky. There is like this need for new birth, because look at, oh, that's the lady from Ace of Cups over here. It's kind of interesting because that's the end, but this is like sort of like the vision. You do have a vision. You absolutely know where you really want to go. But here I'm seeing, look at these cups. I don't know. I know this is kind of very low res because it's streaming. I even got a better camera, but it still gives me low res. So just imagine, we would not be able to stream just 10 years ago, how much we advance. So all these cups, if you have a deck, are kind of dinked or broken. And look at this. This is like that inner part of us saying, okay, what is broken? What is here broken? But completely missing the point that there is like something we can wish upon. Maybe we lost that part of us where we are wishing upon the star, if you really wish. So these cups over here, and I hope you guys are going to join my tarot school. I really, I'm not going to call it beginner level because it's going to be very substantial. So you're going to be learning all of this stuff. So it's going to be really interesting to have these interactions, because then you're going to go, no, Kat, you said that. So this is talking about some emotions that we have already experienced. Some of them are really nice and good memories. Some of them were bad memories. But nonetheless, both of them are really, really focusing on things that we had to learn. So this is focusing on what we really want versus what we really need, right? This is not a bad card. I know that many readers talk about, oh, you just walk away, somebody walk away, and that maybe would be this side. Like, I always see Eight of Cups, and my kitty card, my kitty deck, which I don't have it close by, is having this cat looking out, kind of like, oh, do I step out? Kind of like, it's kind of interesting, you know, how the cats leave home at night. You have to give yourself a chance in life to try to find what you really want, to fulfill whatever your mission on this planet. So this is telling me you're now reassessing how to get there, because I actually like this part. This tells me, look, I'm looking, because this is the Hermit. He's becoming Hermit. And I can tell you, I kind of lived this for the last year. This is really not bad. You kind of like really understand. You're kind of like really on your own. Yeah, I get it. You're going to 9. But you're understanding what is a go, what isn't a go. And you only come back, where he did come back to his cups, because he really felt, actually, I like this spot. I did walk away to really seek if anything is out there. He's coming back, right? But there is like some kind of sadness. Look at this. Remember this infamous spilled milk? And it is kind of really interesting here. You wouldn't tell that he is kneeling, right? He just has this like ominous cape. And this is that card with complete lack of understanding that it is like not only one thing that we need to focus in life, right? That there is like so much more. Look at this bridge that he's not seeing, that is the new opening. Instead, he is so crying over this. Who knows what is Two of Cups in tarot? Well, Two of Cups is a soulmate card, and he's not saying that somebody is maybe already lurking, somebody is already willing to kind of grow something. So you earth signs are going to go through a shakedown. It's going to go from, I really want this, to, oh gosh, this is so hard. This is so hard to go there. Some of you are still feeling maybe heartbroken. Some of you maybe, well, this is Mercury return, Mercury retrograde return. Somebody is returning back, or you're returning back, but feeling very dissatisfied still with the situation, and hence maybe very saddened that certain things cannot be worked out, or just simply realization, well, this is the cup that is broken, and I do not wish to work on that cup. So guys, tell me, are there any questions up to this point before I go into bit by bit every sign, every earth sign? Okay, so you're sad now over a Gemini. Okay, so let me see. Let me see. So the earth signs, which one is the very first one? Is Taurus. Taurus. Yes, at dry stage, Taurus. I'm going to take this one. Again, you guys are going into this very emotional energy. Taurus, emotional offer. Taurus, somebody is really, really, really either looking at you. You do have somebody that's soulmate here. You need to turn around. It could be somebody that you haven't even noticed, but who is clearly interested in you. It could be a coworker. It could be that just like person, a cashier in a store who just like you will notice a different look, and it's going to be something really pure and really innocent. So you kind of like literally will go to turmoil and then realize that there is actually somebody else. Which one is next? Virgo. There we go. 10 of Cups jump out this way, but then it flipped. So this is kind of like, and it's kind of weird because I was getting flashes of Virgo, Virgo, Virgo. When I get these flashes, it's almost like the letter spells in front of me. So the 10 of Cups reverse talks about pretending to be happy, putting up a happy face, because this is a 10 of Cups, guys. So you, because you're very, very, very detail oriented sign, will be really looking into what makes me very happy, what makes me very unhappy. So you will be redefining your emotional happiness. So I guess this is some level of being really brave, but oh my gosh, look at these emotions over here. Virgos are honest, yeah, and this is now actually what I see, honesty with yourself. It is kind of really interesting that this card is being reiterated, because technically this should be also 10 of Cups reversed in this stage. In this case, it means something different in this deck. That's why kind of deck gets difficult on this side. But here, maybe some of you feel, oh, I really want to get there, I'm not getting there. It's kind of could be a touch of melancholy kind of a thing, right? So which one is the last one? Capricorn. Capricorn. Whoa, 10 of Swords. Whew. So Capricorn looks like is going to have the biggest resonance of this reading. Capricorn is going to have this 10 of Swords reversed. Something has felt really harsh. Something felt like it's just like simply died. It cannot grow. And you see, just very much like you have here a rose budding out, you have here, whatever this is, I don't even know the plant. Almost looks like something evergreen, like maybe a rosemary. I don't think this is rosemary, but let's call it rosemary because I love rosemary, because rosemary gives you this regeneration thing. Rosemary pushes you out of depression. Whenever I'm feeling that way, I just simply rub rosemary oil on me and I kind of feel better. This is definitely not as bad card as 9 of Swords when you're still dealing with what if kind of situation. Here the situation has happened, and kind of like I'm kind of thinking that some kind of Capricorn's been through either a breakup or something really ended, and something ended where you really knew what's going on and you allowed certain things to happen. Because look, somebody doing this 10 things, you should have seen it, but also it could mean that you didn't want to see it, and that's what happened with the Tower. You guys are not going to have fun week. I do have to tell you. Let me just check this, because I just really want to tell you where is this. Look, the death. It's repeating this again, and it's going to be painful. You know, pain is not that bad. Pain always guarantees the birth of something else, but it sucks while you're going through it. Let me get one more for Capricorn. Was that the ginger? Sorry, I'm just looking at this stuff. Who knew which plant that was? You know what? This is not bad. Somebody either knew it's coming, or this could be you finding yourself completely. This is rebirth. This is also card, by the way, that means the worst is over. It's just bear through it. Just say, just one more day it's going to get better, one more day it's going to get better, and that's what's going to actually mean. Okay, who is next? Let me see if you guys have any questions regarding Earth. Marina, I missed this whole thread of conversation. Yeah, natal birth chart should basically tell you a lot. And maybe, you know what, I'm going to give you a link here where you can get your natal chart. When I do the readings, and generally sometimes when I'm really intrigued, pull the chart. And it doesn't want to type for me for some reason. Oh, there we go. Savvy! Hello, my pretty girl. My pretty girl. Do you know how many people watch you now? A lot. Okay, here I'm going to do this. Here, guys, you can like put in your information, and you can go with this. Like, you can find this, and even on that page you can get even a brief kind of astrology profile about you, and you can go with that, right? You're roasting spare ribs and adding rosemary when you mention rosemary oil. Oh my gosh, I'm inviting myself over. My ribs, I love ribs, especially back ribs. Born a year before birth times were put on birth certificate. Well, your mom, dad, nobody ever told you what time? Like, my mom just vaguely remembers, oh, 8:39, but it was good enough to tell me the ascendant. But you can use time not known in that, right? When you kind of like go into that. So guys, we did fire, we did earth. Who's next? I like these Pleiadians. I think I am, oh my gosh, again, I just like remember in the morning, something with A. Like, a reader kind of said, like, oh my gosh, you're like Arcadian? No. Anyway, I'll remember it. And I was looking into that, but I'm not completely sold, right? Water. Okay, there we go. We have the water. Hi, Lars. How are you? It's so good to see you. Love your comments on the site. I love all of your comments, guys. You have no idea how much this means to me as well, that I connect with people. When you work from home and you're literally just like in your own home, you wake up, you have to get yourself intrigued in your own work, and then like this is my outside window to the world. It's not arcana, Jesus, like let me just tell you, Pleiadians, it's Arcturian. That's why it's kind of hard to pronounce, but it's not only one person. It's kind of weird. I was taking Kabbalah lessons, and they pulled me aside and said, oh, you're doing like your charts, you know, and the stuff, and they said, yeah, like you're this princess and whatnot. I said, oh God, you know, please, no more pressure that I need. And then this reader, and you can find him on YouTube. I really like him. Priestess Gorgeous. And I want to be politically correct. I think she's transgender and wants to be addressed with she. So to do that, it's not regular tarot. It's very esoteric tarot. And I'm going to type it in here. She has these two websites, two channels, Priestess Gorgeous and Vortex of Abundance, and I would recommend that. Okay, so we said water. Let's do water for this week. Water. You guys are so sweet. Water. What is water going to be dealing with next week? Water. What will water deal with next week? Water. This one wants to come out. What will water deal with? Oh boy. Oh boy. 3 major arcana. So water is getting heavy duty lesson. When I saw this card initially, I thought it was the Emperor, but it isn't. It is 4 of Pentacles. And this is the card about walls. This is a card about, you know, when sometimes the energy has to flow, right? And sometimes we don't let this energy flow because we feel, well, you know what, I have everything that I need and people are just taking away from me. So this is kind of like when we feel a little bit walled in, which kind of is protective, but it also stops us of basically getting and experiencing all these things. And that's why it's kind of like saying, just like you need to kind of like get a little bit enthusiasm in your own life. Things have to be done. This is a Temperance card, and it's kind of like really interesting that there is like this Mercury in here and this Soul, but it's the other side. It's kind of interesting because check this out, both cards are here. So we are seeing this, what is this called, gallows, right? And look, isn't this biblical? The lion is going to sit down with the oh my gosh, I'm missing my words today. Like I have to start taking my omega-3s with an eagle, right? And so here we have this like hanged man, we have those gallows, and in this case this person is subjecting himself. Look at the sign. This is the Soul, and here it is reversed because he is reversing. So what is happening here, guys, that is something that has been happening for water was missing things, timing, understanding of the thing. And these people here are from that card Hierophant, where you're trying to kind of like reach somebody else's decision and somebody else's rules, but at this stage you're getting to, I'm not doing this anymore. I'm going to be establishing my things, my rules, my vision. So it's going to be really turbulent week, but not, the end of the week is not going to be fun. Oh my gosh, I think you guys are going to go to the next weekly and you're going to be telling me, oh my gosh, this happened, because you're getting Tower again. 14, 24, 26, 62 and 4, 66, and plus you have the master number 66, which kind of boils down to 12. So this is basically the summary of the reading. I think it's not going to be so much activity on the outside. I think this turbulence is going to, in your case, come from inside. It's going to be digging in the past. It's going to be, some of you will be looking at your marriages. Some of you will be looking into your relationship, or what you want out of relationship, what you want out of life. You will really feel, some of you, betrayed about the system that you have been living through, which you kind of really built so meticulously, and it's not working. You know, like when they tell you have to finish the schooling, you have to do this, you have to do that, and all of a sudden this is supposed to create happiness. But now this is telling me you are pissed big times that something that you've worked so hard didn't bring results. I mean, this is also Sagittarius card. This is also Earth card. And here is like Nahave, water and fire. So it's going to be on all layers of what you're feeling. It's going to be really, really, well, this is not really rebirth. This is the disaster. This is the understanding about the fallacy. And maybe because the Hangman card always talks about doing nothing, it looks on the outside that you're sitting in a corner and just sipping your coffee, but in fact your wheels are turning inside of your head, right? You see, like these wings are connecting to this lion. These wings, the lion is connecting to the Strength card, and Strength is committing to commitment. So you are like really redefining a whole bunch of things in your life. And maybe you're the one pulling the plug on so many things. This Mercury retrograde can, for you, be extremely eye-opening. And I think that's literally first time it hits me. This means eye-opening. You are going to figure it out. You are going to figure out that some rules you have followed didn't make sense. And and here you're still questioning, did I miss, maybe it was the right person, maybe it wasn't the right person, maybe it wasn't the right time, maybe I committed too fast, maybe I didn't commit. This is kind of going to be lots of self-questioning and going through it. And then if you do not figure it out, then the Tower happens and something is going to be introduced in your life where it's going to be kind of a sort of a shakedown that kind of like is happening. It's going to be really interesting now when I go through sign by sign. It's going to be really, really interesting. So guys, any questions before I go in the details of everybody? Started my own business. Good for you. Good for you. So yeah, business, when you start a business, you really have to look from whole different kind of like left a horrible relationship. So, but you guys didn't just start a business. You didn't just left a horrible relationship. You're actually going deeper inside of you, figuring out really kind of like, let's not just put a band-aid on it, let's figure out, so I don't have that ever happening, right, really like that way. So that kind of like is going to be happening this week. Okay, so which one is the first water? The first water is, come on, who is the first water? I was thinking Cancer, but I know it's not Cancer. But anyway, I'm going to start with Cancer. Cancer, again, something is upside down. Again, you are putting forward a very happy face. And you're really trying to figure out maybe something within your family, maybe something within your marriage, maybe something within your relationship. There are things that are really bothering you, but you have been so far continuing to go, and you kind of like did kind of Pisces is lost. So Cancer is the first. It is kind of going to be emotional component. You're going to really feel this week strongly, because I think you're going to be fed up with feeling that way. You're going to be fed up of not being heard. You're going to be fed up of your needs not being met. So you're going to be really thinking and meditating on this week. So next one is Scorpio. Yeah, you know what, running a business is really so much better than working for somebody else. Scorpio. Well, Scorpio, look at this. Like water signs is getting like in their own individual responses water. And look at this waterfall. It's kind of like finding refuge with friends, finding refuge in small good times, connecting with people who truly just want to have like that peaceful moment with you. Scorpio, whatever you're going through, and Scorpio is known that they're almost like saying bring it on, kind of like wherever shit like this hits the fan, pardon my language. But since this is kind of like ruled by Scorpio partially, Scorpio is simply going to say, I'm cleaning the house, I'm just trying to figure out where this is. And they're going to pay lots of attention to small kind of like minute details in their life over here. So, and the last one will be sweet Pisces. And Pisces, happy birthday to all of you. And look at this, and you got a bundle, but I'm going to just take the top one. And Pisces are getting the Empress, and that's kind of interesting. So Empress has Taurus and Libra energy. Empress is about creativity. Empress is about feeling strong. Empress is about expressing yourself. So she's the queen of all queens. This is sort of like moving forward, because this is also trees. So Scorpio and Pisces sort of are going to have the same flavor, with Pisces actually moving forward faster. The Empress also suggests that you guys should express yourself in writing. You should express yourself in any other creative way. It is kind of like really that feminine energy. So if you are male, it is requiring soft approach, right? That lion is also requiring, like, telling about the soft approach. The Empress and this card are actually really connected, where, you know, like, the Emperor and the Empress, they have the higher level decisions that they have to make for all their, let's call it, constituents, whatever, servants and people in their kingdom. So they have to really measure what they are doing. But she is like the one who, and plus I really like how she's represented here with green. Where green, Pisces, green is going to be affecting your heart chakra, right? Even though Taurus is talking about grounding. Are you there, guys? It was my intranet. I think it's my intranet. That's why you're like breaking up to me, because it is me. After all, it is me. Mercury retrograde is here. So, oops, pardon me. So did you hear the Pisces? Yeah, I did say about something green and stuff. Said wear green, wear green. This is about creativity. This is about getting yourself involved with projects that are making you happy. It doesn't have to involve other people. It's simply about dedication to yourself. Any questions, guys? Nothing after green. I have a green nightgown. This is the heart chakra. Pisces will be opening their heart chakra and really making it work this week. So it's going to be interesting. So feeding your kitty. So I did manage to, well, I restarted my router to get myself another cup of coffee, so to make it useful. Oh, thank you, Dean, very much. And let's check. Oops, I was going in the wrong deck. I'm thinking, like, why is this flipped? You're welcome, AC. Any questions, guys? I'm still frozen. Oh gosh. I did pull the card for me last week in that other deck, and it was frozen. It was like felt really weird deck. Air. Let's see the air. And air already got cards. We have 8 of Pentacles, the Chariot, the Hermit. Did I tell you that was kind of me? So I guess my energy is really coming through. And then we have 9 of Pentacles. So the air, look at this. These are earth energies and these are water energies over here. So looks like earth and fire are getting grounded this time around. So I don't know who had it. Was it fire? They also had this card. I think fire had this 8 of Pentacles talking about the details. But now air is having sort of a thing where we are kind of seeing which people influence us in life, which people maybe have been in the shadows that were pushing us toward further and higher and better. This is also telling us that we have to transfer our knowledge. It is a time. Honestly, like when I saw this card, thank you, AC. When I saw this card, I started to think, Jesus, I really have to put this tarot lessons out. It's huge. I don't want to do it sloppily. I want to do it properly, so you really can understand tarot. And this is something like that in your life. I think you guys are just going through a little piece where actually didn't work for me, but I will check my router again. Just give me a sec. It's my router. It is my router. So I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait until it restarts because I see that some people are coming here, but I'm not so sure if you are hearing me at all. So just want to make sure that I just like don't speak and nobody gets anything. So let me see. It is not restarting. Can you still hear me? I kind of like would highly doubt it that you can still hear me. You hear me? Okay. So let me quickly try to squeeze it in because it shows that is not working for some reason. So this is talking about really trying to figure out what we want and then charge toward this, because check this out. This guy is going on this path where he has this kind of like almost cosmic kind of like push over here. It's that healing that already probably took place. Look, he has this cup that is with him. He's saying, my heart is in this. I'm going forward. Because look at this chariot. On this side, you can see he's all metal. He's all protected. He's all in control. But here we see that he's going in a completely new direction. So for those of you who are looking for something new, something missing, something going forward, this is like card that happens after making choices, and then we go, you know what, I'm not going to think that the other choice was better. I'm so going to charge toward this one. I really love this card because of this cosmos kind of like here on the bottom, right? And also we have sort of like the rune kind of like coming here, Rido showing up, talking about, hey, good luck, farewell. That's Chariot. Yeah, that's Chariot, the other side of Chariot. Really lovely rendition. And look at this. This is that, what do you call it? A big bear, kind of constellation. So it's like that, following your North Star. It's kind of like really, really, really important, right? So now he is already following here. This is also huge Cancer influence. Now, the Hermit, I know generally readers say this is Virgo, but this is also Aquarius. And Hermit, as you can see, right, this is the right side. Whenever the swirl is on the right, this is the right side. Hermit, and in this deck doesn't show it. It should show a star, and that's why it's actually really connected with the star card, which represents Aquarius. This is so-called cosmic egg. Other people call it Big Bang. But you see this snake that kind of like is swirled around, that it's trying to find that wisdom. And even though this kind of shows this old man with a stick, another snake is kind of like swirled around this. And then what is really interesting in this card, they're showing this little blue piece, showing like actually these are not rags. These are really classy things, because inside there is like this higher need, and also turquoise is Aquarian color. So what does this mean? Hermit talks about we are charging forward, serving our own needs, trying to figure out what is it we want, but not to harm other people. Kind of like, where did we maybe turn this basically chariot in a ditch previously? It kind of almost gives me the sense it's going to be very work oriented, because Hermit talks about solo, and so does this card. You see, this card is like understanding how far did we come, understanding that we have to kind of really enjoy it on our own. It's you know, that moment when it's not selfish, it's simply kind of like looking into, gosh, it was hard, I had to conquer this, where we don't depend on the other people giving us accolades. We are simply understanding that peace in life. We are tying up loose ends, guys, air signs. We are really focusing what can go forward, what cannot go forward, because we have 8, 7, 9, 9. Something is going to shift in the week after that, so that's going to be really, really important. Okay, so you guys who just jumped on, I did program this, and maybe this is why you're breaking it, that if you go down on the bottom of this stream, you can simply drag that red line backwards and you can hear the beginning right as it is right now. So you can go back to, I think, which one was the first? Fire, then we had earth, then we had water, and now it's air. Okay, so which one is the first air sign? I think it's Gemini. Thank you, cat lady. Look at this. Somebody's thinking for me because I still have to work on my coffee. Gemini, 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 Gemini. Okay, Ace of Wands. Gemini, you might actually be exception. You might be shifting to the next stage. Kind of like you're wrapping up loose ends, figuring out what you want, and going forward. This card also means reunion. This card also means second chances. Maybe something didn't work previously and you're trying to figure out how to make it work. Very good card. So you're shifting to the new beginning very much. You actually cannot do this red bar all the time. You have to specially program it, which I just figured it out a couple of weeks ago. So hopefully this kind of works. Geminis, good for you. So who is next? We're talking Libra. Let's see. Libra. Libra. Ooh. The High Priestess. And the High Priestess and the Chariot are connected because look, she has the moon under her feet, and you see this like kind of cosmos. Look at this. How important is this card? You see this kind of red and blue? This is where this comes from. This is like where it is, and she has the moon over here. So she is the keeper of secrets. I think this is lavender that she has over here. That should be pomegranates, which kind of suggests kind of like richness. And here is Matrix. Matrix the cat. So she is talking about, you know, this is the person who is experiencer. This is the person who is observed and who is learning by observation, who is going to let you in her world only if you can unlock her. So she is making other people responsible for how they approach. So Libra, you will be really measuring up which people can come to your world and which people can, because you additionally got a major arcana over here. Mind you, the aces I also consider sort of like half major arcanas because they're the gateways to the minor ones. So Libras, you're going to be really to yourself and really trying to figure out, or maybe just keep things away from the others, the things that are really meaningful to you and that are kind of like emotional. It's going to be interesting. And let's see, Aquarius. Sugar comes last, right? Aquarius, Aquarius, Aquarius. And what's Aquarius this week? Nothing? Oh, there it is. Oh my gosh. Karma. Oh, no more, no less. And it's kind of interesting. We again have the moon. So, air signs are be going through a renaissance in thinking. Karma is when the sun is covered with the moon. So, it is reversed though, Aquarians. So, whenever I see this card, first of all, it means paying karmic debts. It means let's put everything on the plate and let's deal with this. Now, this is getting away with things, when we can get away with things. Let's say you find a suitcase with $1 million. You kind of look at it to say, oh my gosh, I can really use that, right? And you're waiting and waiting and waiting, and you try to spend $100 from the pack and nobody finds out. You realize the bills are not numbered and you realize you can keep it. So this is when you kind of do the wrong thing. You keep it because $1 million is $1 million. But this is exactly why it showed up, because it's challenging you to see if you're going to do the right thing, because by returning it, yes, you will probably get only 10% out of it, but it would lead to the other things. And this is what this karma, karma, chameleon. But this is what this is talking about. So aqua, it might be something with dealings with the other people. High somewhere in time tarot. And guys, check all these other people who are doing tarot. Like, you know, like, it is so hard to kind of like bring the channel up. I start to do that. It is kind of hard to kind of list them all, but like when you see them showing up, check them out as well. So Aquarians, I need to check this because all air signs are going to have tough times. Air signs, not the Gemini. Geminis, you can go home, you're going to do well, you're starting. The High Priestess is still not dying. The Libras are not starting. Libras are thinking, okay, where do I go from here? They are being Libra, almost like even more emotional Libra. For Aquarians, I'm concerned. Aquarians are going to get away with something temporarily. Guess what? Karma is always watching. Just because we managed to sneak something through, it doesn't mean it's going to. It's basically how we win or how we lose brownie points. And looks like Aquarians will lose some brownie points. So let's see. Let's see this karma here. I'm concerned here. I would never get away with something. I would go against my Sagittarius and Virgo nature. Maybe if I had Scorpio. Well, I think you cannot go with. It's kind of every sign is capable of everything. It's kind of like really hard to resist, and this is literally what's happening here, because karma is always watching, right? Karma is saying, okay, you get to keep it, you don't get to keep it. But sometimes, let's say returning the money and nobody claims it, you get to keep it. Maybe that's what will happen. And then the feeling of stealing, stealing, which is not technically stealing because fun, but it would feel this is not mine, and the feeling is given to you will be completely two different ways of vibration that would resonate inside, right? So Mars in Aquarius is very important. Why? Because this is what kind of partner you want. You're looking for Aquarian partner. You're looking at somebody who is independent, who is maybe quirky, who's maybe unusual, and that's kind of like what probably would resonate with you. So let's see, Aqua, what's the warning for with this karma card here? Secrets. Yeah, something will be kept secret. Something's going to be making us very happy, and it's going to be very unwise decision, because the old woman, whenever I see this old woman, I either think old lady, like, right, somebody's wife or somebody's partner, but I also see therapist, because she's sitting here on a big book of knowledge, just like the High Priestess. So it's going to be something unwise. Oh boy, you never win this karmic game. So it looks like, yeah, that Aquarians are going to have a personal integrity challenge. Let's put it that way. And boy, I'm not looking forward to it. I had enough of that. So guys, tell me, do you have any questions for air over here? So please click like down there and subscribe. Well, you must be subscribed to be here. And just get your annual scopes if you still didn't. Very soon I'm going to pull them away. So, and for your private readings, contact me via my website, www.cattarot.ca. So let me just read a few comments over here. Any questions? And again, this is on Yellow. Yellow, do you know that song, Yellow? I love that song from, what's his name? The guy that was married to, not Gwen Stefani, to that other pretty girl from the UK. Like, comment, share, follow on Facebook. Thank you, Cat Lady. That's right. I am actually trying to figure out that I will use Instagram more or less for kind of quick lessons in teaching tarot, and Coldplay. That's right. And I'm going to use Facebook to kind of give you dailies. What is going to take for Libra to get through this? And you know what? Okay, let's check Libra. That's a good question. And you also got the joyfulness. Friend. And letter reversed. You need to let other people in your life. you may have somebody in your life who is not a friend, who is feeding you with the wrong information. You already know that, and you're still keeping this person. You're being Libra, trying to be pleasing and to everybody. You might, however, get that information about somebody this week, that something might happen. But that, I think, it's saying you should be happy about it, because it's better to know than not to know. And this probably is getting through that is simply observing. It's the best is, maybe you're wondering, maybe there could be a new boyfriend, there could be a new girlfriend, maybe somebody new coming in life. It's kind of like how you guys go through the process. I have Libra ascendant, so kind of get it. Like, everybody has to go through the grinder, right? Do you measure up, and initially you give them every kind of benefit in the world, and then you start kind of, I like this, I don't like this. And it looks like it's going to be some kind of information this week that is going to help you make this decision. Libra sun with Aquarius moon, I'm worried. Well, I really wouldn't be worried, because I like High Priestess. High Priestess is a psychic. This kind of like would be somebody who has this ability to read cards, because reading cards and being psychic and doing Reiki, you have to push yourself to the fourth dimension, where you have to put yourself aside and your own ego, your own needs. And she kind of gets those hints. She kind of gets these kind of like influences that other people don't get. So getting these kind of secrets is really important, and it's not given to everybody. So just like we see for Aquarians, which they get it by default because they're 11th sign, right? Because you see she's number 2, but it's written in Roman, so in Arabic letters it looks like like 2, right? 11, right? So Aquarians are here who are misusing this information. So if you are not reliable, if you're not honest, that kind of is taken away from you, the ability to do that. But this is really, really good, understanding that they're like, we are all connected. That's right. Those are the instincts about people. Those are the, once I came to a gas station, like just as usual, I'm tanking gas, and I'm thinking, why am I feeling this huge knot in my stomach? It was like almost like anxiety on the spot. It was really, really weird. So I am quickly putting back the thing, and I'm thinking, okay, let me go and pay for this. And next thing you know, the car right next to it, somebody, I guess, opened the thing, and it was leaking, and the car explodes. And if I didn't react and didn't go in there, I would get burned. So you get those kind of like hints, and you have to also know when to grab them and you don't grab them, right? So High Priestess is a really, really good card. And all of the major arcanas are good cards, because they're like these big lessons in life, and all of them are saying, you need to kind of figure this out, that this kind of like things work out. So yeah, I had quite a few freaky things in life that happened that kind of, when I was younger, in my 20s, I didn't realize that actually I have this gift at all. And I just like, this is just a joke, let's watch somebody's cards, until I actually realized, oh my freaking God, this is each and every time telling me correct story, and I don't know why, but it does. So everybody, thank you so much for joining, and I hope you did give me a thumbs up. That means a lot to me, and I hope to see you on Facebook, on Instagram, and most of all, I really wish that you have amazing, 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 amazing week. And if you guys can, just drop by on this reading when it becomes online, and just tell me how is your week going in accordance to the reading, and what you have noticed, so we can all kind of like really put more meanings to each card. Thanks everybody, love you, have a beautiful Sunday. I'll go and get maybe ribs in my oven, just like Dean. Love you everybody, all the best.